not on where they are planted and what kind of plants are planted. And also the aftercare of the plants once they are planted is also not being taken care of. So these were the two things that we noticed, and that is our problem statement. So if we move on, this is our solution. What we Geek Social aspire to do is that we are going to act as a guide and also encourage people or the users of our app as friends uh, to plant trees, reduce their carbon emissions, and keep their surroundings free, thereby helping them restore the balance of Earth's climate. I'll walk you through how we intend to do it by when I explain our key features. So this is one of my favorite personal favorites. Oh, sorry. So one of my personal favorites is the zone location map that we are going to show. Where we are going to show the zones of the if a user is in a particular location, we are going to show them zones in their location. Like this green zone will show them the zones that have plants and don't need them going and planting again. And then the zones that have like a moderate yellow zone will show them areas that have a moderate number of plants so that they can think whether they want to plant or not, and red zones that are in dire need of plants. So we are planning on using Maps JavaScript API for that. It is one of Google's API. And another key feature of us is that if the user is not sure whether the soil that they've selected is suitable for growing plants or not, they can take a snap of the soil and we would use our deep learning model to predict whether the soil is suitable for plants or not. We are going to use Watson Studio to train our models. And then if you can see here, we have a before and after snap, right? So this is to validate whether the users are actually planting or not. Uh, so they would be asked to take a picture before the plant and after the plant, and our admin panel would be validating it. But what we also want to do is like once users reach a certain milestone, they can validate the snapshots of other new users. So this way, there are going to be two benefits. First thing is being that the burden on the admin panel would be reduced. Second thing is that these users who've reached milestones, they would also get a sense of responsibility. So that's what we're planning on doing. And then for every plant the user plants in the real life, a plant would also be growing in our app. A virtual plant would be growing, and or the user, as we said, even after planting the plant, they would have to tend to it and take care of it. So every once in a month or twice in a month, we are going to send them reminders to visit the plant and tend for it. If they fail to do so, the virtual plant in their app would start shrinking, reminding them that there's a plant out there in the real life that is in need of their tending. So that's our planting module. Moving on, we have our cycling module. So the main initiative or why we wanted this cycling module was to urge people to avoid automobiles as much as possible. Once the user like clicks on the start traveling, we track the initial location and then we track the final location and we'll calculate the distance they traveled. So the score on the cycling module is going to be dynamic. Like we're not going to like base it on how uh, on like the distance, but how the distance is differing day by day. Like on the first day, if they push themselves to travel like 3 kilometers, and this next day they push themselves to travel 5 kilometers, their score would increase accordingly. And similarly, as I've said in the planned module, even here a virtual rider would be going towards the destination. And the more the score increases, the nearer the rider would be to the destination. And as you can see here, this person has reached his destination. This happens when they reach certain milestones. Also, when they are nearer to the destination, like in the real life, we would be giving them voice messages to notify them. So that's the cycling module. And then we are going to include a feed page where users can post all the eco-friendly activities that they did and inspire others to do the same. And also they can look at what others are doing and like the post as well. But the catch here is that we are going to display them in the basis of the score. Like the more score you have, the more your post will be shown. So this way we are going to like uh, uh, urge the users to score more so that their feed would reach more audience. Also, One more thing that we are planning on doing is like once, as I mentioned earlier, people who have reached milestones, they can also have post videos and tips of how to do things in a better way and score well. But this is only limited to those who reached milestones. And then this is a flow diagram of what we have done so far and what we are also planning to do in the future. So we've researched, like we've talked to people who are enthusiastic about saving their environment, and we've seen videos of professionals and all. And then we did a literature survey, and then we have created a wireframe and and thought and researched about our architecture, and then we made a prototype whose link is also there in our GitHub, and then we've decided on a technological stack, and we researched on all the IBM services that we plan on integrating with our app, and it seems like we have quite a lot, and we are very happy with it, and we have it in the end of our slideshow. And also, we started building our app where we started with our front end, and we are planning on learning deep learning and deploying our deep learning models for soil prediction. And after that, we are planning on testing our application and then deploy it using the selected IBM services. Now, I would like to hand over to my friend Harshini to continue about our future plans.
Hello. So our future plans are like now they can predict whether the soil is fertile or not. But in future we are adding to also show them the best suited plants for the soil. Now we are just tracking the distance they traveled while cycling, but we are also thinking to add different routes to reach the same destination so they don't have both to travel on the same route daily. And the users will be granted with badges for achieving certain milestones, which they can share it on their social media. And now they can post, they can take pictures on the feed page, but in future they can also add videos of their good deeds that they are going to do. And chat rooms will be added for users to interact with themselves and come together in this good cause for cleaning the beaches or the trash around their places. Our add-ons are the users will be cleaning the rivers and oceans which are polluted, and the, the water will be saved there. It is so boring to cycle daily, so the other best option to reduce the carbon emissions is to opt for carpooling. They can choose carpooling concept and travel together. Recycling, they can choose the object they want to recycle, and we will show them the nearby location that will recycle that particular object. Tutorial page, people who reach certain milestones can post tips and video demonstrations to help the other users. And these are the list of IBM services we are going to use. Watson Studio is used for training the model using deep learning for predicting the soil, and Watson Assistant for voice bots to tell when the user reached the destination for either planting trees or cycling. Cloudent is used for storing details of every user joining the app. API
This is a 8 minute mark. I'll say please start concluding the presentation. Please continue.
Yeah, okay. Watson Studio is used for training the model using deep learning for predicting the soil. Watson Assistant for voice bots to tell when the user reached the destination. And Cloudent is used for storing the details of every user joining the app. API gateway will be created for fetching the data from the Cloudent. Dedicated host will be in hosting the EcoVille website. And email delivery, we use it for sending users reminder mails after they plan a plan. And push notifications to send notifications in mobile as well as website. and Telstra messaging API to send SMS and MMS messages even if they are offline. And IBM cloud monitoring is used for monitoring the services through cloud. Um, this is a demo video. Okay.
Ma'am, shall we show it or can we move on?
You have like 15 seconds, I mean.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll give it to the jury members if they are interested then.
yeah.
Okay. So
Okay, fine.
next, this is the logo of our EcoVille app, and this is our team GeekSocial behind EcoVille. So thank you.
So can we show a demo video?
Go ahead and keep it quick.
Yes.
So that's all with the demo video. Any questions?
Uh, this is Vinita, Harshita. First of all, I'll say a great confidence, and I definitely love the logo. I'm sure you have
Uh,
some effort on that logo. So,
Thank you.
okay. um, question. I mean, it's a very different idea for sure. But I'm just wondering in my mind that you're using Watson to understand the soil. Uh, this thing. So is it like it's like looking at the soil, like looking at the soil and then predicting that what is best well, or you will have a data collected of different areas and say this is, this is.
We'll be having the data collected of all the soils that will be training our model in such a way that it will be able to predict. It will just predict whether the soil is suitable for planting. So if you take any image of a dry soil, so it will predict it is not suitable. So in future we are planning to like predict which plant is suitable in that particular soil. So for now it
I'm
will
in
just
Hyderabad. I'm in Hyderabad, and today I want to do a planting drive, right?
yeah.
I just
Okay.
have this here. Then what would
Yes.
So like if you are going to a random place and you are selecting a soil and you don't know whether it is suitable for like planting. So not all the soils are suitable for planting, right? So only a selected number of soils are suitable. So if you just take a snap of it and upload it here, we'll just send it to a deep learning model. What it will do is it will analyze whether this particular soil is suitable for planting.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that, right? So
You are not
I
gonna
don't
do.
need
You'll
this
just
information before I'm
Uh,
starting from my home, isn't it?
no,
no.
ma'am.
This is
It's
a
like an
real-time
optional feature.
application.
If the users want to check, they can, or if they just want to plan, they can do that as well. We have like if they're doubtful, if they look at the soil and feel like it looks like it's too dry to have a plant, then they can check.
And then the one feature that you said is that you know put my location and say what is the area to best plant because it doesn't have a plant, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
I live in a city which is all high towers, right? I don't think there is any plants here, but I can't go and plant it
Yes,
near
ma'am.
the
For that, for that we
Uh,
are using Google Maps JavaScript Map API. So what it will do is, based on your current geolocation, it will take your geolocation from your mobile phone, and then we'll be processing it in the API. So you will get a satellite view of your area, and then from the satellite view, we'll group places where it has abundance of tree and where it has less abundance of tree, and also have like you mentioned that you have like a tall towers, right? So it our API will fetch whether there is buildings or if there is any empty lands or soil to plant or not.
um, Also, ma'am, there was a point that I forgot to mention. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
So, like, in case a user is not having time to plant, there is also a feature in our app where they can pay, and we would plant it for them. We have that
So they
also.
could select any
I
plant they
guess
want.
they can choose a plant that they want us to plant, and we would plant it and give them score for that. I forgot to mention it in the presentation.
Thank you.
Couple of questions here. Right, so your original problem statement says people are planting trees but not caring for them.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, uh, and as a solution, you are proposing that you will be giving monthly reminders to them because
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
what I was seeing in your video.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so on top of it, are you planning anything else? Because people will tend to whoever the plans, right? Probably they might not be even on the same location for so long. So,
Yeah.
and for a plant to survive, a monthly reminder is the fertilization, the monthly reminder, is it enough?
It's not
What
exactly
what are
monthly
the thought process
reminders.
on that?
Not
Yeah.
only like monthly or weekly, ma'am. It would be depending
Upon
on
the
like
user.
I
The
told that
user can set.
if they're not active for more than 2 weeks in the app, their plant would be shrinking. So every 2 weeks they would have to tend to the plant.
Also, the
But
users will be
on
able
top of
to
that,
see
we'll
this.
be sending them.
So users will
On
be
top
able
of that,
to on their profile page they will be having like the list of details whichever planted, when they have planted and where they have planted. So the location of that particular plant, where they have planted and when they have planted, it will be displayed in their profile page. So the users will be able to monitor that, and based on those timings, will be they will be getting a reminders of email. So you have planted this plant on this day at this particular location, so that they can go and tend to it.
also we are just trying to get them hooked to this score concept so that they would just tend to it just for the sake of at least getting score, because we've seen people getting so addicted to games. So that's why we're just a trial at how maybe they would do
So
this
all
way.
the existing apps which are already existing, they are like allowing them to plant virtually. So this is the thing we came up with, so that they can go and plant it in real life, and so that they can also have the stats of where
So
they have planted.
overall thought process is good. Just a couple of pointers, right? So instead of
Yes.
only allowing the particular person who has planted the tree to care for them, because people are ready
Um.
to plant 1 lakh plants, right? But
Yeah.
caring
Yes,
for
ma'am.
them It probably is a main problem statement whether they grow up your trees or not, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
probably whenever some users are passing by or something, you can think about the notification this plant has been planted by
Yeah, we
somebody,
had it in the future
and
plans thing.
run it back for that,
That
right?
exact thing we
Yes.
had in the future plans. So we had something like kind of different but similar thing. So we had an option for chat rooms so that they will be able to like chat with another user. So they can share that particular location to them. So if they have moved out of the city and they are no longer staying there, but if their friends are staying there,
Yes.
they can share their location through chats, and they can send that this particular plant I have planted. So you can just take care of it. So they can
And
get hand over
they
also. So those things we
in
have
the
added in
chat
the future
rooms.
plans.
Yes, ma'am. In the chat room, they can also like make plans and go and clean the beaches together or do stuff like that and post it in the feed page also.
Okay.
The soil testing part that is mentioned in the app. So just wanted to know that has there been any other industry reference you found anywhere where they have used any kind of machine learning to predict soil quality? Because my idea of soil quality is that if you have want to ascertain the soil quality, you have to take a sample, you have to send it in the lab,
You have to
and
use
then there are
IoT
different factors
sensors.
to answer. Hmm.
So that is like that's one of the future plans which we have added to like
But
predict the exact fertility of the soil. So
yes, you
for
told that
now,
I remember, but
yeah,
my
for now we are,
question is my
yeah,
question.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
I
like
would
we are
like to answer
planning.
your question. There is already research has been going on, and using deep learning, it is done. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, I wanted
I
to know a little bit about that logic of
Yeah,
predicting
yeah,
soil
yeah.
differently.
So basically, what we will have is we'll have all the types of soil. So and then we'll have some labels. The labels what will tell is this soil is suitable or not. So that is what the label tells. So we'll have plenty of soil, like more than 1 lakh or 2 lakh images, so that our deep learning model will learn, like it will see the image, and then it will see whether it is suitable or not. That's it. So it will learn from the previous existing image. So after learning it, so if a new user snapshot an image of the soil, it will compare with whatever the knowledge it has from the previous whatever it learned. So based on those learning ability, it will tell us the decision as it is suitable or not. And this is already has been going on for 2 years. So the dataset is also available in Kaggle.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, good. That's good.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yes, sir.
you. Any other queries?
Any queries will
Yeah,
be clarified.
this good concept.
Uh,
It's a good idea and well thought actually. I just wanted to know one thing. This scoring pattern, right?
Yeah,
Scoring model.
yeah.
Uh, See, unless you show some monetary gain, right? Early scoring because compared to
um,
games,
Yeah.
you
yes,
need to
sir.
think about differently for this. Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
yes, sir. Once
Sir,
they reach a milestone, they would be given money, sir. That is shown in the prototype also. And how we plan on getting that money is like as we mentioned that we are going to users would be having an option to buy plants and we would plant it for them, right? So we are thinking of transacting that money to give users cash prizes once they reach the milestones.
So we'll be getting money from the
so
ads if it's hosted. So we'll be using those things to like give the users money. So once they cross a milestone, so they have reached a particular spot where they are like able to validate other persons. So they will be having a badge for that. So when they reach that particular milestone, we'll be like providing them money. So that everyone will be like get enthusiasm, and they'll also like move like do all the works towards the environment, and they'll be like trying to claim that badge. So if you are providing money for
also
that, they will be like coming more forward for it.
also this business model is inspired from some great browsers called mcent and brave browsers. The business model is basically when they use their product, they'll be seeing some ads. Based on the ads, the company will get some revenue. From that revenue, they are giving a cut to the user itself. So what the business model doing is we are giving users money. So we'll we're using the money as a encouragement to use our app. So if someone wants to use our app, just not as an enthusiast of plants, even though if they use our app, that will help the environment and also it will benefit the users. So we planned it to like whatever revenue we get, we are planning it giving it back to the user, so that would direct, like it will drive the user to use our app more and more time. So this business model is adapted from like big giants companies.
Yes, sir. We've included it in the prototype also, sir, that we are going to pay the users back who got the
Yeah.
milestones.
So I guess you can see the
Thank
screen. So from here, there is a gift option. If I click on it, you can see. So based on the score, so based on the plants they have planted, they will be getting some money. So whatever they have got from the app, so they can transfer to themselves, or else they can transfer to
Any
any charity
donations?
also.
good, good.
Yes, sir. Any other queries, sir?
Good one.
Thank
Yeah, it's a good one. The only thing which I wanted to bring is some of the things you mentioned, right? You'll analyze the soil,
you. Yeah.
right? That all should be part of the initial phase itself, not the second phase,
Yeah, it's in
because
the first
we
phase only,
need
sir.
some futuristic perspective, right?
It's in the first phase
Yes,
only.
Yeah, because when you select, okay, good. Because part of
That's
as
the important part of
it's
this
like
project.
see, when you put certain, yeah, so when you put certain location, right,
Yeah.
immediately you should come with a this one, that what type of soil is that particular location, and what are trees can be planted there. That should come actually. Second is, if people not sure, okay, about the soil, then you can analyze it and help them actually.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
This is good.
Overall,
This is good.
one suggestion from my end, right? So this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not a what you are doing. So one
Okay.
second, I don't know whether you can follow. This is my first round. So what I was saying was, any unfortunate people who are traveling by a plant, it was planted by another member.
Yeah.
Probably you should also have a option to update whether it is tagged for once your notification is done, whether they have tagged for the plant that should be captured. If not, then probably who is going by that location, and if you detect somebody is going by that
Yeah, we
plant, you
thought
can
of
just
that
get the
also.
on-spot notification,
So when a
right?
particular person
So
is
that is
traveling,
something,
yeah.
yeah, they can go and just water it or fertilize it after it, right? So instead of
Yeah.
somebody not pertaining to their own plant.
Yeah.
Just suggest.
So, okay. So if it's like the person is traveling in the particular location, he'll be able to, in our app, he'll be able to see whether who are what are the new plants that have been planted by someone else also. So that would be, that can be
Okay.
added.
Yes, ma'am. We'll try to add it.
Okay, okay, good one. Good one.
Thank you. Any other queries?
I'm good.
I think we are done, right? Okay.
Sorry.
Any other? Thank you, Team Geek Social. It
Thank,
was a great concept. Thank you. You can leave the room for now.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.